Yeah, hey everybody. Feel free to come on stage. My name is ESKEI83, as Alex already said. And when he first talked to me about the Sample Music Festival, I was really excited that this is happening here, because I'm a big fan of all these stuff, bringing controllers and mixers like these to a club and make people dance with kind of controllerism and turntablism aspect, like recreate the music we all love to play. And I want to talk about this. Alex asked me to show you guys how I plan my sets and how I create routines, and what I'm actually doing here with the machine and all this stuff. So just to go a little bit back in my history, as soon as I started with digital DJing, I came from a vinyl background, so I was playing on vinyl for a very long time, and then I got the chance to play with Serato, and then it came Serato Video, so I did a lot of video mixing, and then Serato got a cooperation with Ableton to make the bridge, and that was actually the point where I started to add controllers to my set and try to play live drums or samples to it, and that's where all these more nerdy stuff started for me. And over the years, I tried to find the perfect setup for me that works in every club, and that I easily can bring from A to B, because you guys know sometimes it's not so easy to set everything up. You don't have a table like this in every club. Sometimes you only have space like this, so you need to find a kind of equipment that you can travel with, but also place in the club. And yeah, luckily I'm now in a position to request a mixer like this or the Rain 62 for all of my shows, and I only have to bring my machine and my laptop, so that's basically my setup. And I want to start to talk a little bit about the machine and the mapping, so you guys understand what I will do later here. So actually the mapping for the machine is really simple. I'm not using the machine plugin, it's just I use it as a MIDI controller to control a Serato DJ here. So I have, for example, the scroll knob to scroll through my library, or hit cue points here. This is 5 cue points here. This is a basic loop. This is a loop roll. And this is an effect on and off, like a stop effect. And this is basically the same for the second deck. And I have different layers mapped here. So this is actually 8 cue points for each deck. This is 2 different loop roll lengths. Here I can turn the key correction on and off, so the master tempo. So if I want to pitch something higher or lower, I can do this with this pad here. And then I have some other scenes that I don't use too often. There's different loop lengths. This is a mode that I created to play 8 cue points of a track, but also samples of the SP6 sample player at the same time. So I'll be able to hit a cue point, for example, a cappella or whatever, certain kind of sound, and also a sample in the same moment. I don't know what I have here.
Crispy crust.
For example, this. Yeah. So you can trigger a cue point and of a track and a sample in the same time. So this is basically this layer for this deck, and this is the layer for this deck as well. I'm not using these too often, but I came up with it, and it's still on my mapping. Yeah, I use these knobs here to different parameters for effects. So I can have the Serato DJ effects controlled here. I have here the sync button. I use it. I really like it, actually. These are here, and I have sync off here, and master tempo also here and here, so to turn the key lock on and off. Load my tracks here, instant double, and that's basically it for the machine. You can easily create your own custom mappings for a machine with a controller editor. I think you guys know about this. And Actually, I can use any mixer and just rock out with this thing on top here, and then I'm good. I can play my set, but I prefer a battle mixer like the S9 or the Rain 62. So this is for my setup. Have you guys any questions regarding this so far? No? Okay, so then I will go on. I have, as I said, Alex asked me to give a little insight of how I prepare my stuff. And sometimes when I'm in a regular gig in a venue that I play often, I don't do too much routines. I freestyle a little bit more, play tracks that I think of it in the moment and drop it. And sometimes out of these sessions, I have new ideas that become routines later. And it's like I take these ideas that I had on a gig and bring it to my studio and create some tools that makes me easy to perform these mashups live. And a good example is, for example, the Marvin Gaye routine that I do very often. Where is it? It's here. It's "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye. And I came up with it in a regular club night. I was playing the song, and then I was like, man, probably I should play this, but have a surprising drop in it. And then I found out that DJ Fresh from Diplo, DJ Fresh and Diplo's Earthquake matches quite well. So I make a whole mashup in Ableton later at my studio, and then took some parts out of the mashup and created a tool. And this is actually the tool that I'm always playing at my shows. It features some samples here in the beginning, like the regular track. Here we go. This is a crazy curve. I don't like this curve adjustment on this mixer here. Yeah, but this is it. So yeah. So it's the actual song playing, and I have some other samples in here that I just cut up. So the next, I will do the routine first for those of you that don't know it, and then we will talk about it. So you see, this routine has certain parts that I need to do this routine in one file, and it makes it very easy for me to find these songs when I want to do this routine. So everything is on the same speed. The volume differences of both songs are not there no more, and also some samples have certain effects already in the file, so I don't need to twist all the knobs live. And this is a pretty good example of how a lot of my routines work. So I have a lot of different points, cue points, that features samples in the actual file, and I just play these tools and put it back together as a full song. And it makes it really easy for me to perform this on every kind of setup, because it's just triggering cue points and cut it a little bit, and preparation for all this was done at home. And because I don't want to mess up when I have a bad day, that's why everything is really good prepared. Another good example is where a lot of DJs ask me is from my winning routine. I was playing Turn Down for What by DJ Snake and Lil Jon, and I had a different drop that I released with just the cue point. It's the same procedure. It's the original song starting with. So you see the drop of the second beat is in the file, so it's really, really basic. And but it's more easy to have it like this and not just load a new file all the time you want to do stuff like this. And I have different versions of this kind of routine. For example, like this. So if I want to like flip the routine in a different kind of way, I just go into my Ableton session where I created all these edits and put it back together like with this different kind of drops or beats. So this is basically other routine that I do very often. And this routine is also from my winning set. It is a blend of Yellow Claw's Dance Floor Champion and Buju Banton's Walk Like a Champion, Talk Like a Champion. And it's actually a mashup put together and separated back into parts. So it has a like basic intro and goes into the Buju Banton part.
Me all walk like a champion, talk like a champion. What a piece of money, girl, tell me where you get it from. Knock on your entrance.
And the a cappella samples that are cut up over on top of it are already in the file here. So you see, it looks cool, but it's pretty easy. And I mean, probably for some cats on YouTube it's cheating, but for me it's like make it simple because sometimes the circumstances in the clubs are not like here that you have a like really good table and space and I don't want to mess up my routines. That's why I make it as safe as I can in the edit and to like have a very good performance all the time. So I want to like keep it safe and play my idea to the people. So this is basically like how I put my edits together. And the next thing, any questions so far? Yes? Oh, shit. So yes, sorry. Or I use, for example, on this mixer, I use this knob here, or with the machine, I have this mapped here. So, and there is a function in Serato that I use super often. It's called instant doubles. And you can load a track here. And I'm only like good at scratching on this side. So I press instant double knob here and the track is copied to the other side. So I can do this and have this side free. So sometimes it looks that I have like a long track running on this side all the time and I just do stuff on this side, but it's actually I use this instant double feature so often to free up this turntable because I'm not so good at all this scratching on this side, and that's why I prefer that one. So I use this instant double all the time. Yeah, sorry. And yeah. So yeah, the next, any more questions? No? So the next thing is that a lot of people think I'm a crazy finger drummer. I'm not a crazy finger drummer. When I do drumming stuff during my shows, it's just cue points. It's like out of the regular track, just a kick, a snare, and like this, like really, really basic stuff. But what I found out, if your machine or your controller is visible to the crowd, it has a huge impact on them because they really can see what you're doing, and it's so simple, like bum, chuck, bum, chuck. It will be like, they can't even see it. No disrespect to all the guys that can do this, it's really crazy, but for the audience I play to very often, it's like regular club people, they have no idea what's going on. So I try to do it as simple as I can, especially to don't mess it up, because I mess up very often. So that's why I kept it really, really simple. And I will show it here now on the mixer, but usually I do it on the machine. And this track is a good example. I have a sample on this. I have a sample cue on the kick, on the snare, and on the second drop. And I also have a little loop going on after the snare. Yeah. So I can like can create like a little break. So for example, with this routine, I do it really simple. I go like this. No, I just do it again. Forget about this. It was very bad. Now that's bad too. I'm usually, I need to let the track play a little bit. Okay. No, I forgot about my fucking routine. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Yeah, it's like this. So, you say it's really basic. I just like go like this. It was a really bad example, sorry for that. I also do it with this track here all the time. Have two different kick sounds and a snare.
Get low when the whistle go.
So you see, it's really basic stuff, and that's how I do my so-called live drumming in the club, and it's really effective for the crowd, but it's very basic. Any questions? No, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Nutzt du die Maschine nur als Controller oder nutzt du auch die Maschine selber, um Beats rein?
Nee, ich beantworte trotzdem auf Englisch, okay? So he asked me if I'm using the machine plugin or only the controller. I just use it for MIDI controller, so it is a MIDI controller only. So everything that I'm doing here is like a Serato function, actually. So you can do it with different controller as well. Any more questions? So I go on. I'm also using in a couple of tools some of you guys are battle DJs and scratch DJs, so you guys know these records that's called skipless, where you have fixed BPM and you can like move the record forward and have samples on certain kind of points. So I load the track, have the first sample here, have the second one here, third one here, and so on. So I have some of these tools as well, and this routine here is I think is a good example. I will play it for you guys. So it's hard for me to, but yeah. Maybe we need to set up the table a little bit different next time. So yeah, when I start, interesting. Because of the different tone arm, it doesn't load the sticker on the 12. Not so good. Hey. So yeah, I start here with the 12 o'clock position on this tool.
It's just a public
So now I load the same track to the other deck and start with Q.2 there.
Yes, what up? This is the one and only Just Blaze, and right now you are rocking with DJ SK all the way from Germany, y'all. Let's get it poppin', all right? One.
Runs.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is ESKEI83.
Yeah, I'm on 83. Turn my music high, 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 high. Turn my music. Turn my music high, 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 turn my music, turn my music.
Instant double.
Turn my music high, turn my music high, turn my music turn my music turn my music.
So usually I do like this when I do this, so it looks more crazy, but it's really basic. And I have my sticker positions here, and I go through it like a battle tool, and it looks like you're doing some super exciting, but it's pretty basic. But you also do something, and that's important for me. When I have a show, I don't want to stand there and just play tracks. I want to do something and like have this little risk on doing stuff. So, and this is basically another way of setting tools together to line up samples on a different kind of BPM or fixed BPM and go through it. It's 133 BPM, and you need to put the samples on the beat, so then it will work. Any questions? No? Great.
How many hours you spend in training every day?
Oh, at the moment I train at my shows because I play a lot of shows. And just in the studio very often to create new routines because I have a video shoot on Tuesday, so I work more on this. But it's not like training, it's like more like have an idea and try to find the right way to like put it out. I will play the routine that I'm actually working on at the moment at the end of my talk. And then this is something I was working on for a weekend yet. And yeah, we have the shooting on Tuesday. So. Yeah, this is a funny story actually. After my 3-star win last year, got back to the backstage and there was Qbert standing around. You're talking about this story, yeah? Yeah, and I came to him and he said, "Congratulations, well done, great selection, but you need to become better in scratching." And he's totally right. And it was great from him to hear that he want to see like he want to help me involve my scratching, and he gave me access to his scratching school. So I did this too, like try to practice some more cuts in his scratch university. That's what Qbert did, and that's something I try to do every time I'm in the studio. I have a little scratch session, but I still don't feel like a crazy scratch guy. I'm like more basic club DJ cuts. That is what I'm doing. Yeah. Sure, because the biggest problem that I have in the studio when I practice a scratch for a longer time, I can do it, but when I'm in the club and I'm in the rush and I have only like 2 or 3 bars to do the scratch, I can't do it like on point. And this, like, I want to do this now. So that's why I need to practice a little bit more. But sometimes what I also noticed at a show of DJ Premier, he was doing a basic baby scratch for like, I don't know, felt like 5 minutes. He was like, like super, like 5 minutes long, and everybody went crazy because the people didn't understand what he was doing. So sometimes if you do too crazy stuff, it gets over the heads of the people, especially where I'm DJing, you know. So that's why I try to keep it simple, go a little bit like basic rhythm stuff, and yeah, I think it was enough for winning this competition of Red Bull. Cheers. So, what I also want to show you guys is a tool. I think it's also out of my winning set, and it has tone play in it. And tone play was a big thing when 4Color Zach, the 2012 champ, he came up with really crazy tone plays. And he was like one of the guys that made it really famous and made a lot of DJs put tone plays into their sets. And I really like these ideas of like recreating stuff, like other melodies out of other songs, you know. But what I've seen in the last years that a lot of DJs make really horrible tone plays. And 4Color Zach, I want to quote him on this: "Please stop this shit because it's horrible." Some of these tone plays are really not good, and if you want to do a tone play right, that's what I've learned from Zach. Best thing you can do is already have a little part of the track that you're tone playing already playing in the back, so people get what you're doing while you are doing it. If people get the tone play when you drop the song that you played, then it's actually not a good tone play. If you do a tone play and the people understand the tone play while you're doing it, then it's, I think, a good tone play. And I have one tone play here that I do, that I came up like per accident, and has Apache Sugar Hill Gang going into Justin Timberlake, Like I Love You, and I would try to do it now. And it's basically two different edits that I have for. I have one regular version of the Apache song. It's only a little bit shorter and has like a longer intro, and it has a beat grid, so it's not so swinging too much. And I have another version that has parts of the Justin Timberlake song already in it. So. What the fuck? Now I'm going into tone play part. So the drum break of the song was already in it, so people get it earlier that this is actually this song. I hope you guys got the idea of it, and yeah. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, and very similar is this edit here. So it's also two edits, one for the left deck, one for the right. And I have a tone here, like the Show Me What You Got, like tone, what is it, a brass sound? Yeah. So.
Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Show me what you got, man.
So it's actually cheating because the Go DJ song is coming in from itself. It's an edit, but I want to do this tone play clean. That's why it is like this. And I think people get the Go DJ song when I do the tone play. So yeah, this is how my tone plays works. So any questions to the tone play thing? Nope. Yes.
How do you name your files that you don't mess up live? Like loading the wrong track in wrong deck?
Okay. So I have one folder. This says SK must play routines. This is this one right here, and this is like every folder is like kind of one song. I'll like make it a little bit bigger here. So now there you have all the routines. For example, this is a kind of intro here. This is the turn down for what stuff is in here. Hypnotize routine and following songs. So this is like my crate of songs. And when I go into one crate, it means these are the songs and the tools that I need for this certain routine. For example, when I go in this Let's Get It On thing, I have the songs that I usually play after it in here too. But sometimes I feel like, oh, now I'll play a different song, then I just go like in the search function, search for another track. So I can easily go back and forth between my routines and dropping like just songs. And what I have learned this year at the Three Styles is that over the last year, I got so stuck into my routines that I was under big pressure everywhere I went, because I thought everywhere they booked the champion and they want to see the routines, and sometimes I had the feeling it got over people's head in the club. So what I've learned at the Three Styles, calm down a little bit, do only a few routines and play for the crowd. It's really important to like don't like overdo it. I have a lot of routines, but like since this year's Tokyo finals, I had a lot of conversation to Z-Trip and Craze and Jeff, and they all told me do some highlight routines and then just play the music you like, and then you will be good. And that's what I did in the last weeks, and I had so much fun playing. And before this, I was like under pressure all the time to do all these routines, like today here with you guys. Really? It's really like, so yeah, but this is actually it. A lot of routines that are in here, and this is like my emergency kit. Then when I have a bad day, and I can go in there and I always have the stuff there. And this is actually a nice feature. You can use the emojis of Apple. Here you can get it from here. And can add emoji signs to your crates so to highlight them. This is really good, so don't forget stuff. And this is not only, I have more routines here. So I'm really safe for every kind of situation, like up-tempo, bass music, old sets. Old sets is pretty heavy too, a lot of stuff, you know. I like to save ideas, because sometimes there's coming out a track that would probably match quite well with some old routines I have, so I recycle them, bring them back at some point. Yeah. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is how I use Serato Flip. A lot of DJs saw the advertising about Flip, how to like go crazy with Serato Flip. You guys know what this is, Serato Flip? No. This is Serato Flip is something that where you can flip samples live and record the cue points you have pressed, and play the automation of the cue point drumming on Serato. So you can like resample yourself, kind of. And for example, this is a track I play very often, and as you can see, this track has these automations in here, and that means that at certain points it jumps to a different position of the song without I have to press a pad or whatever. So see, here was like a jump. It jumped from here to here, right into the build-up, so I don't have to do it by myself. And I use this kind of edits very often too, to like free up stuff. So I usually do this routine with All I Do Is Win. So it's like,
all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
break.
And they stay there, 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 and they stay there. All I do is win, win, all I do is win, win, all I do is win, all I do is
So it's really helpful to like jump through the track, and you don't have to go to Ableton, build our own edit or whatever. And also this jumps at a later point in the track here to the end, so I can go in with the next song immediately.
They hit the club and turn the crowd to a march pit.
yeah.
They hit the club and turn the crowd to a march pit. They hit the club and turn the crowd to a march pit. They hit the club and turn the crowd to a march pit. They hit the club and turn the crowd to a march pit. They hit the club and turn the
So yeah,
crowd to a
that's how, for example, this routine goes like, and this one of the routines I play very often. And I use the controls on the mixer to load the track so fast, so I don't have to go here and do this. I load it with my machine here with these pads and this scroll knob. I can load the tracks here, or I can do it on the mixer. It's a function on the Rain 62 as well, or here load buttons. So that's, sometimes it looks, I don't load tracks at all, but I do it all here. It's really, really helpful. Yeah, and this is what Serato Flip is for. And you can also do stuff like this, where you play like the original of a song and flip it in the way of the the way a producer like Just Blaze used it to make a hip-hop beat out of it. For example, this was sampled for the Rock Boys from JC. This is the original version from Manhattan Street Band. It's called Make the Road by Walking. And you have all the samples that you need for the Rock Boys in this thing. That's really cool. Serato Flip is like doing the automation for you. You can play it live, but you can also like let it play like this. So yeah, that's just to get an idea about Serato Flip. And the last thing I want to talk about, any questions to Serato Flip? No? Okay. The last thing I want to talk about are the more complex routines. And these are these that I put together for my videos. And I was, because I was showcasing so often for brands like Pioneer or Rain at Music Messe and this kind of events, I wanted to come up with some real good routines, like the big dogs in the scene, like Craze or Shifty or Uncut. They always do crazy routines, and I wanted to come up with something similar, but in my kind of way. And I create these routines with the same approach, and the tools are like one tool for the left deck, one for the right, or sometimes one file feature all the samples I need to have. And yeah, I just like load this thing to a deck, and then it has like different samples and scratch points in it and cue points. I try to do this routine now, but I'm not sure if I will like get it clean because it's brand new and I haven't practiced it so often.
All day.
Oh.
Be in the trap house.
So great, give it up for SK. I think that was a really a great workshop. He was getting some new information on how he elaborate his performance, and I think Thank you, Sebastian. You're such a nice guy.
Thank you for having me here, and thanks to all of you guys to come in here and make this sample music festival to what it is. Really good.
Great contribution. Thank you very much.